Alright, so this is the distance, angle of incline, this is the final height. Um, this is the equation I'm using. I know that the initial potential energy can be 0 because at the bottom of this hill the height is 0, and as she goes into the hill she's not going to have any potential energy. Now the final kinetic energy can also be made in 0 because when she gets to the highest point, the highest height, it's going to be 0. So we can simplify this even more to this. Okay, and expanding it, this is what it's going to look like. This is the friction. That's the friction right here. Distance multiplied by the cosine of 180. It's 180 because she's at this point moving in a straight line anyway, so it's 180. And of course MGHF. All right, so okay, so for this, it's a force, so it is going to be mg. So I go ahead and I just make that little adjustment, and really it's going to be mg also multiplied by the cosine of 16 because both the friction and the cosine, it's a x component. So that's why, and this is adjacent, so that's why it would be cosine 16. Yeah, also multiplied by distance 180 and so forth, MGHF. Now, as I'm looking here, I see I got 3 m's, okay? And when we divide by 1 m, when we divide by an m, all these m's can cancel out. So further simplifying it, the m's cancel out. Now, what I want to do is I want to get rid of this distance, this displacement right here. So, of course, this is the displacement, the distance, and this is going to be the height. Well, I know that height right here, it can be sine 16 because it's across from it, but D equals HF divided by the sine of 16. So that is what D, okay, that's what D can equal. So now that's what it equals, okay? Well, I see here I still got this 180. Okay, and before I bring it, well, I'm actually gonna, I went ahead and brought it over, so I want the HFs on one side. I want the HFs on one side, and so I manipulated it so that only 1/2 VI squared is on one side, and really, ultimately, for the HFs to be on one side. Okay, and to do that, we would have to subtract that work term from each side to get it into this form. Okay, so now this cosine of 180, I'm going to go ahead and deal with it. So the cosine of 180 is -1, but this happens to be a negative. So you just multiply by that -1, and we end up with a positive. Okay, so now we got a positive. Well, now I see where I have an HF, but an HF divided by the sine of 16. So I went ahead and factored out the HF, and this is how it would now look. And this is just plugging in the numbers. This is just the math. Okay, and once you divide by this side, the answer should be 5.6 meters.